All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rachakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. All right, I'm the brother Shaman of Great Millstone, Chicago. Just real quick, a subject came up. We were talking about, brothers were talking about marriage and talking about, different spiritual topics. And one that came up was, brother brought up Exodus 22 and 16. All right. Because it says what? And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. All right. Meaning, if a man, basically he woos her and gets with a woman who's not betrothed, she's not scheduled, to be married to somebody else, and lies with her, he shall, basically she becomes his wife. We know sex, of course, is marriage. Right? And it said if his father utterly refused to give her unto him, the father refuses to accept, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. All right, so basically, in order for you to do that, because you're supposed to go to the father, okay, make arrangements to marry the daughter, go through the ceremony, all right, and then you got the token of virginity, all right, which, where's that at? All right, that's Daniel 22 and 15. It says, because these are all basically customs. These are customs, but it's not necessarily the law. All right. You have many situations where, the man and the woman get close or whatever, which, the man is supposed to go to the father and make arrangements to marry, okay, go through the ceremony, all right, and do all of that stuff. And then, he receives that woman. Right? Now, whether there was a dowry or not, that was that was between the father and the husband. You know what I'm saying? And that is why, in today's ceremonies, because we know Esau goes way off, with all the diamonds and all that shit. But basically, when the father gives away the daughter, right, which the daughter has the father's last name, and then she goes to the husband and she receives his name, this is a sort of form of that. All right, it says, this is talking about the tokens, though, of the damsel's virginity, right? Because when you did get with a woman, she was supposed to be a virgin, right? And it just shows you, the how far we've fallen away from, the order of Yahweh Shem Shai. Because we are priests, we're holy men, even the Levites, they were only supposed to deal with virgins, I believe. All right, they were only supposed to deal with virgins. That's us, as the priests. And realistically, we know that's not going to happen. All right, but this is Deuteronomy 22 and 15. It said, "Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders in the gate. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her," which that's with, if the husband brought an evil name to the wife, basically she had played the harlot. All right, look, damn, I got with her and she didn't even bleed. You know what I'm saying? She had been with somebody before. All right, it said, yeah, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. And lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity, and they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. And the elders of the city shall take that man and chastise him, and they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name against a virgin of Israel, and she shall be his wife. He may not put her away all his days. All right, so you dealt with her, and then, like I said, they shall immerse him in 100 and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he had brought an evil name upon a virgin of Israel. All right. And all of these laws are ancient world laws. You know, we can't keep them now, or rather, should I say, we can follow some of them, all right, but all of our people are not going to keep all of them. These particular customs are very, let me say it like that, these particular customs are very hard to keep. You have certain brothers who might, betroth, have their daughter scheduled to marry somebody. Certain brothers who do not. That's your business. But I'm just reading it just to show, things in the ancient world were ordered a certain way, and they did things a certain way. All right, so that you couldn't be slick. You couldn't get over. Right, and your name, was very important. The scriptures talk about a good name, which, none of us are good at the end of the day, but the scriptures do say a good name is better than, a good name is better than precious ointment. Exactly. All right. And, you have certain ointments that are worth a lot of money. A good name is, because a good ointment, will basically heal you. All right, so a good name is a good thing to have, man. And the truth, you want to have, you want to keep your name clear of all wrongdoing. That's why the scriptures say, be ye innocent. All right, for us to be examples of the world. All right, and that's ultimately why, any agents or any wicked niggas who come amongst, the brothers, ultimately gonna fail, because we're not doing anything, in the dark. We're not planning anything. All we're doing is bringing out the word of the Lord, bringing out the scriptures, and so everything is done out in the open for everybody to see. All right, we declare the gospel unto the world. So at the end of the day, all right, but that's another subject. Back to the one at hand. All right, now this is the way it was done. Now this isn't a law, but this is a tradition. This isn't a law, but it's a tradition. All right. And this just goes to show you how the selection process for, the man getting with the wife or whatever, and you couldn't just get rid of the woman. You had to deal with her, right? Which, you got a lot of women who get emotional when we talk about, you can only deal with one man your whole life. Only get to deal with one man. Yes, you're only supposed to deal with one man your whole life, right? And that man can't even, bring evil, unto your name or talk shit or none of that, all right? Because when you follow through, there are things set up in place, for you to, for your name to be protected. Let me say it like that, okay? And the name of your family to be protected, right? And even after all of that, if he did bring an evil name to her and her name was made clear through the elders, he's still married to her, but he has to pay, a certain amount of money to the father, all right, for going off. All right, and this is because this is Isaiah 7. Well, let's get that. Let's go into that word real quick, all right? Because you got to know. When you look that word up, damsel, it's a girl, damsel, female servant. Okay, of young woman, marriageable age, maid, female attendant, female servant. And basically, that woman, she was a servant unto her father, because children, basically are servants. All right, and then basically that servant was passed off onto the man who was going to marry her. Right? Because she was supposed to serve her husband. And then, of course, that word for virgin is bathwala. Bathwala. Right? A virgin. A woman who is not married. Right? And then we know the prophecy, of course, Isaiah 7:14. Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Now, of course, we know that word virgin is Alma. Okay? Alma, a virgin, a young woman of marriageable age. Exactly. Sometimes my sword goes off on certain things, so you have to double check it. All right, but on this is correct. A young woman of marriageable age. All right, and this was taken, and people use that to twist it and get it incorrect, and try to say that, oh, see, that's talking about a woman who never had sex is going to have a child. No. No, let's go to that, and let's go to that particular part of the story. All right, Matthew 1:19. And in fact, 1:18. Now, the birth of Yahushua was on this wise, when as his mother Mary was espoused to Joseph, espoused meaning married. All right, they had sex. That's what that word espoused means. She was made to be his spouse. Okay, they were joined together, one flesh. It said before they came together, she was found with the child of the Holy Spirit. Then, and when it says they came together, it's talking about for their ceremony. All right, then Joseph, her husband, there's another clue, being a just man and not willing to make her a public example, was minded to put her away privily. But while he thought on these things, basically he was going to hide her, okay, because she was pregnant, and they were supposed to do the ceremony, right? But they didn't do that. But like I said, he was a just man. All right, so, and it doesn't tell you, Joseph went to her father. Joseph, gave a dowry. It doesn't tell you that, but he's a just man. He's dealing with her righteously. You know what I'm saying? He could have been betrothed to her from a young age. It doesn't say. You know what I'm saying? But we know, again, he's a just man, so he dealt with the situation righteously. All right, and she was a young woman. It said, but while he thought on these things, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a dream, saying, Joseph, thou son of David, fear not to take unto thee Mary thy wife. So she's his wife. They already had sex. For that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Spirit. Okay? Meaning, the child was blessed. He was blessed with the Holy Spirit. He's the Messiah. Okay? And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua, for he shall save his people from their sins. Right, so there you go. And then 23, it goes back over. Behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall call forth a son. We just saw that in Isaiah. All right, now that word there, I think they try to do the old switcheroo. When you change things into other languages, the definitions change. See, and it gives you this option. See, that just shows you how you have to go into words. The apostles go into that. You have to go into and study words. It says this is Parthenos. This is Greek. G3933. A virgin. Okay, what else? A marriageable maiden. Okay, which that is actually what it's talking about. A young woman of marriageable age. A woman who has never had sexual intercourse with a man. No, one's marriageable daughter. Yes, that's correct. All right, so you have to basically fill in the blank, and the average day church, they try to take that, and they incorrectly do that. All right, they use it incorrectly. All right, and it says, this is Luke 2:21. They said, and when 8 days were accomplished for the circumcising of the child, his name was called Yahushua, which was so named to the angel before he was conceived in the womb. And when the days of her purification, according to the law of Moses, were accomplished, they brought him to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord. All right, there you go. So she had to follow the law of purification because she was pregnant, according to the seed of a man. What is the laws of purification? Leviticus 12:2. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a woman have conceived seed and born a man child, then she shall. Wait a minute. What? If a woman have conceived seed, she conceives seed, meaning the man, went into her, and she received his seed, and born a man child, and she shall be unclean 7 days according to the days of the separation, for her infirmity shall be unclean. There you go. And the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised. So there you go. And she shall then continue in the blood of her purifying 33 days. She shall touch no hollow thing, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purifying be fulfilled. Right, and if she bear a male child, then she shall be unclean for 2 weeks, as in her separation, and she continue in the blood of her purifying 60. So that's 66 days. All right, so basically that's twice as long, man. Because it was twice as long for a woman, if she had a girl than a boy. And how many of these women, followed that? All right, but the point being, I'm saying, if a woman have conceived seed and born a man child, that's it. All right, so it couldn't be a magical. She was magically pregnant. No, he dealt with her. All right, and we just read that. So Lord willing, is edifying. Any comments, questions, please leave them down below. All praise to Yahweh Shem Shalom.